Hey everybody, welcome to an update on Wisconsin weather. We're going to be talking a little bit about the storm yesterday and then digging into the long range forecast. This should be a relatively short video. I just want to know, if everybody who watches this, let me know in the comments, if you had Beaver Dam at being the place that got the highest snow, one, and two, if you had Beaver Dam seeing 13.8 inches of snow out of yesterday's Clipper. See, these two things to me blow my mind. If we look at this map as well, we can see that quite a big bullseye there north of Milwaukee, up towards Sheboygan a little bit. It was more predicted to be that Sheboygan Manitowoc zone. I don't know, man. This is it's always something with these systems. Never perfect, but this one is like really special to me. I'm gonna hold this one pretty close to my heart because there's just it's like as time goes on, we get no closer to forecasting snow correctly. We will never get this right. And I think never say never, but I mean I can't foresee that happening anytime soon. We are very far away from singularity in regards to weather prediction right now. Moving on. I wanted to show you this video because I find it interesting. I learn a lot when I watch these loops. And it's just fun, man. Like you see the warnings, Wisconsin Rapids, Wausau area, snow comes in, and then all of a sudden it just shifts towards southern Wisconsin, and you get that banding going on, where it's like kind of locked to something. It's really stuck on a boundary. For whatever reason, it bunches up there. We still get the snow across the rest of the state, but not at the level it was expected, especially for the central Wisconsin area where they dropped the warnings. But yeah, quite a doozy. Looking at the ensemble for the next 8 to 12 days, this is GFS, the 500 millibar level, showing you like the steering winds and the heights. Sort of a zonal pattern with above average heights over I would call it eastern Canada, northeast of the Great Lakes. That tends to result in a much warmer pattern for North America. If we look at the 500 millibar prediction more granularly, you see our system from yesterday pulling away here off towards the east. You can tell it's quite a trough. It's got a lot going on with it, and it's replaced by sort of a lazy zonal flow here that's really, really boring. I need more troughs, okay? Not just small troughs here or there. I need some real deep troughs that are strong, and this ain't it for me. So as we pull through time, towards next week, and it's showing a trough finally building, and that's what I asked for. Yay. So it's there. What that does is it drives more warm air into the Great Lakes, actually, initially. So you're probably going to get a warm surge of air. You're probably going to get a storm system with rain that's going to be primarily rain to begin with. Maybe it ends in a more snowy fashion. Depending on what that pattern is that replaces it, I could foresee a cold snap coming right after that, too. This could be a pattern change. So heading towards the new year. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying somewhere in between, somewhere, I would say more likely after January 1st, we'll see the switch. This doesn't seem like it's quite there yet. So going into the 7 day, just to reiterate, we have colder, below freezing temperatures this weekend. Here, this is Wisconsin Rapids. So then we move into Christmas Eve, warming up. So we'll have snow on the ground, but it's going to be melting. And then much warmer towards the end of next week. Just to double down on the outlook, the CPC is indicating a much above average chance of above average temperatures for the December 28th through January 3rd timeframe. In regards to precipitation, as I mentioned earlier, with that low pressure system likely to develop, or low pressure systems, whatever it ends up being, more rain more likely. Above average precipitation trend would be make sense in this situation. Looking forward, so what I did was I went to the CPC website and looked for the 500 millibar analogs for the 18 to 14 day period, which right now are showing that warm pattern. And I pulled the resulting month, the month that came after it. So the top 3 years are 2009, 1959, and 1995. A lot of nines and fives in there, I know. And it shows an anomaly for 500 millibar, a negative anomaly across the eastern half of the United States. This normally corresponds to a cold pattern for the Great Lakes. So what I'm getting at is, and we'll show it here, I think we're going to contrast this warm period with a colder one, which is natural. It seems normal and what you would expect next, right? Ebbs and flows. And this ebb is going to be quite cold, I would say. I just don't know how cold, and I don't know exactly when, but I would expect that to be coming down the trail here soon. So in regards to precipitation for the month of January and those analogs, nothing real substantial. I think this, I don't want to draw any real conclusions from this. This seems pretty soft, and we'll know more as we get closer. It would be if it had like a huge bullseye of something somewhere in the region, I would mention it. But a little drier trend makes sense to me for when you have a much below normal temperature pattern. And then the MGL stuck in 7. Not real clear if it wants to go to 8 or going to go back to 6, because if it goes back to 6, it's likely to stay warmer. If it goes into 8, that's where you're going to get much colder. So I would say, I would think it's going towards 8 eventually, but maybe not right away. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.